Hey everyone, just catching up on some stuff I need to get done here. Been putting too much to the side lately. Stop and say hi. Thanks for joining. Let's see. Okay. All right. That's cool. It does that. One person watching out there. How you doing? Pinky, what's up? How you doing? Just saw you over there. Long time no see indeed. Sorry, I've been just trying to weather the cold. How's Florida? I'm just responding to comments. I don't do these often enough. There's so many. Uh-oh, stomach cramps. Sorry to hear that. Sorry you're not feeling well. What else been going on in your day? It's a little warm. It's a little warm up here too. I got the doors open and the windows up. What up, Will Hudson? How you been, buddy? Good to see you. How's the weather where you're at, Will? Everything going good with you guys? Washing them dishes. Oh, I gotta do that too. Everything here's a bit of a mess. I feel like I'm coming out of a cave after a long winter out here. All right. Okay. So that was catching up on that. Your life's so boring. You might go to the store later. Well, I got some seeds recently, and I've got my almanac calendar. And I'm going to be planting. I'm sure you can see that. You can apparently plant by the lunar cycle to increase the chance of your seeds from becoming successful. And so I got some sweet and hot pepper seeds, and it comes with all these peppers, and that's just a big white blob. Pepperoncini, poblano, serrano, cayenne, cubanelle, golden Cali Wonder, habanero, the Big Jim. There's a pepper called Big Jim. And I also got some tomatillo and tomato seeds. And I think inside of here I also have a few bell pepper and parsley seeds. So I'm excited about that, getting my seedlings going in the next, according to the almanac, it says I need to seed those between February 6th and February 20th for ultimate success. That's for tomatoes, tomatillos, bell peppers, and jalapeno and spicy peppers. So that's what's making my life not as boring. Did that. And then I bought these little lights for the shelf for the little grow area. And this is what grow lights are turning into these days. Gosh, it's just blasting. You can see it's just, this is all it is for the algorithm. There you go. This is a grow light now. Gardening's a fun hobby. It requires, like, I recommend just going to like Home Depot or whatever, or Lowe's or wherever nearby that sells the plants, and just planting them in the ground and water them occasionally and leave them alone. Make sure they have an areas to grow onto, and it's fun. You end up doing some cool stuff. I don't know. It's maybe I'm just that old and sad now. But yeah, that's what I've been doing other than keeping the doggos walking. And I went and checked my lawnmower today to make sure that still runs, and checked my excavator, my little mini excavator, and that all still runs and works. And I've also, yeah, I mean, I went and bought 4 jalapeno peppers at a cheap grocery store yesterday, and those 4 peppers were $1.50. And I was just like, that's 4 jalapeno peppers for $1.50, and I thought it was a little nuts. So, and yeah, with tariffs and trades going on, it's probably a good time to have a victory garden. Luckily, you're in Florida, though, so you can just walk outside and start picking avocados. All right, so I did all my comment responses, and so now I've got this idea for editing in a different format, possibly, where it'll end up looking much bigger for you guys to see. There it is. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So I've got a little episode here that I should be able to, that I put up on the big screen now. And then I can also, I won't be necessarily looking away from you guys unless I'm responding. Okay. This is good. Let's see how this looks on the screen. Any second now. Hey everybody. Hey everybody. Welcome for another adventure at the Happy Old Dog Camp. Uh-oh, I don't have the microphone turned on. It is. We have our scout. Well, let's sit. We have our scout. And of course, we have our scout dog, this mama. Thanks for joining. Oh, man. Well, that's a scratch. I'm going to use that. Oh. These dogs. This shot's always wild because there's always dogs bumping into each other and bumping into the camera. What's everyone waiting for? Right, I think you're holding up the garden. I don't have a tree, it's just my hand. Oh, Murray with that dementia. I don't have a tree, it's just my hand. Such a goofy dog.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Poor little guy. I'm just always blown away how cute he is. Do you believe he's 15? That's a 15-year-old dog right there. Every morning, it's not every morning. Sometimes you just go out the gate, but every morning there's always like some weird hang up where they're like, wait, are we going out? And it's just, they do these walks twice a day. They always forget. It's usually Murray. Like, look, Murray just tried to bite that. Miss Stacy.
Okay.
Cute guys. I usually end up clipping a lot out of the early morning part, this part of the walk, because they're ever just sort of out of it. Murray's doing a good job today. He's such a good boy. I love that dog so much. This guy. Oh, ready to drop. So if you're watching and haven't said hi yet, feel free to jump in and say hi.
Okay. You deserve it.
Have you ever seen a dog eat a treat more weirdly? Django Fett. Nice to see you. New to the stream. Fantastic. Thanks for coming. Where are you live? What I don't know, without sharing too much, where do you live?
You got it.
jeez. I hit A. Mama, calm down. It's just a rooster. North Houston. Oh, sweet. H-Town. Who's Yeah, rapper Fat Pat from Houston. He's one of my favorites. Who's that other Pat rapper from? Boom, 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 boom. Is that Project Pat? Is it the same thing? Fat Pat? Huh. Either way, hey, North Houston. Shout out to North Houston. Some amazing food in Houston. Strawberry coconut oil. Hey, Granny Paula. Jingle Fat. Are you Bubba's brother? Huh. That Mexican OT. I think he's Houston too. How's everyone been over winter? Oof. If it wasn't for this little wood burning stove, it would have been a lot colder. Right now, I got all the doors and a couple windows open because it's probably about 65 here. Oh well, I'll just get back to this editing. I was trying to find that rapper I like from Houston. Down in Houston. Did Houston have snow, Django? Down in Houston. Hikey. Hello to Finland. Well, that's good that there's only one day of snow in Texas. I know how badly you guys get hit.
Atigrada.
I've been having a real weakness for Popeye's chicken lately. I'll tell you that. And boneless wings been getting at me with all them sauces. Yeah, Popeyes has been good. They're like all falling apart around here, though. I walk into I try to go to one, and it's like, oh, we're not open today. And then I try to go to the other one, and the computer's down, and you gotta get the app and order online. But hasn't been slowing me down. That is, in my opinion, the best fried chicken, fast food fried chicken there is. Man, Bernie's such a cute little dog. It's like criminal how cute that little dog is. He looks up at you. Around. You never been to Popeyes? Bummer. It's a requirement for them to be chaotic. Yeah. Yeah, I've tried Churches. It's okay. It's some good chicken. I'd go there if there wasn't a Popeyes around. Or else I'd try to like go to somewhere local at that point. We still have a lot of pretty good chicken shacks around. Yeah, I'm recently coming off of a Popeyes fast because I got a sandwich maybe like 2 years ago, and it was freezer burned, and you bite into it, it was like leather. We got Pollo Campero here now. Well, we got one that's nearby my place. Pollo Campero seems to just always nail good fried chicken. Frying chicken at home is tough. Yeah, Pollo Campero. Whew. So good. Plus, their chicken sandwiches aren't that crazy with calories either. They're only like 600 when like Popeyes are like 770. But Popeyes chicken is crispier though, for sure. Oh, 7 people watch. Well, I guess hot time to do the stream then. Sorry, I haven't done it in a couple of weeks. I've been really busy actually. My little company's been keeping me busy every day, and I've been kind of tired. Oh, there's Horse. 2.78K subs. I know, and it dropped off big time because I wasn't keeping up with the shorts. I didn't realize how many people are in this channel just for the shorts. And I can't phone in any part of this. I have to have, complete yeah, I know. There's like my shorts ran out and I was so busy I didn't like add it up anymore. And usually what I do is I take episodes or clips that get the most views, and then maybe sometime I'll live stream it because I have to put them down into 16:9. Like this on the screen that you're seeing is 9:16, and then when you turn your phone vertically it goes 16:9. So that's TikTok and short settings. But when you do that, you end up losing 2/3 of the screen. So you have to kind of compress things a little bit and distort them a little bit so it doesn't look too weird. And then kind of focus the aperture, the frame accordingly to where the action is. And that's why like a lot of times when you see 9:16 stuff, it's it just looks weird because the person's hopping out of frame for a second, and not a lot of people are filming like this, or with their phones like this. Huh. Everyone's squished. Like lately or always? Yeah, if you're on a PC, you're probably never even watching the shorts. And Django, sometimes I'm squishing them a little bit, but I'm not taking the whole frame and squishing it. It's more like probably honestly, a lot of times people think Lexi's squished when she's not, because she's a short-bodied cat and she's also a little chunky and she's got her winter coat. But I'm not saying, maybe I need to delete and reinstall my whole YouTube. I don't know, man. I'm probably the problem. Honestly, every short squish. I don't know. Granny, you see it? You see it squished too? Maybe I need to look at my own work. Because it shouldn't look too bad. Yeah, I mean, Lexi looks in that one about 20% squished. Here, I'm going to switch over the sharing. Oop. What? Excuse me. So, I mean, you know, for about 20% squish, that's not too bad. Excuse me. Yeah, this one isn't too squish. Hey, girl. How are you? You know, like people will say that's squished, but I mean, I got to tell you, that's what that girl looks like. She's a short body cat. Well, she looks a little squished there. I'll be honest. You got your nice blanket, poncho on. Yeah. That's just that's just what Lexi looks like right there. Okay. All right, so this is over here. Well, I'll have to work on it. I'll do my darndest. Let's see. Move that back over there. You think I'm an expert grower? The growing plants is like smoking meat. A lot of times you just have to like give it the things it needs and then leave it alone. Happy February. Happy February to all. Horse. Poor old. It is an art. Gardening is an art, and I'm still learning all the time. But I am amazed because I was given a bunch of plants that were old and sick this year, and I planted them all, and then I ended up getting easily 100 pounds of peppers from it. And then I had to learn about canning and fermentation and pickling and all that. And boy, I never want to go back. Everything's just too good, too delicious. I need to ask what the name of the horse is. I think it's like Becky or Susie or something. But she is all alone up there. She has no friends. So we go visit her twice a day and say hi and give her a little treat. And she's well taken care of. My neighbors do take good care of her. But, it's just a bummer. It's just a bummer when, my neighbors are just getting older. They don't want to have animals. And they're kind of just letting her live her last days. Personally, I think they should let her go and hang out with the other neighbors' animals every now and then. They would have a fun time. A farm B&B. I mean, I get people offering me all sorts of things out here. Like if I wanted to sell this place, I could sell it probably this afternoon. And like when I got divorced the first time, and people were clamoring for me at work to like rent out the farm to them so they could live there. It was almost kind of tacky how forward people were. There's like a couple of different people. Look at that beauty.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that beautiful horse.
Here you go.
Can I go in there? Yeah, I would probably need to ask. I really don't want my neighbors getting involved in any of this, if that makes any sense. But I'm sure if they asked, they would be cool with it. I think they would be more worried about me getting hurt. I know the eyes. She's got that cute marble eye. When she does get out, which is occasionally, she'll get out and she'll head over to my other neighbors that have the donkeys and stuff, and then she'll just graze in my pasture near them because she's just wants to be around other animals. And they'll call her back. They'll just call her name and she goes running, top speed, right back to them. I think so. There's a picture of like New York City, like Broadway in like 1899, and then a picture of it of the same area like 5 years later or 5 or 6 years later after the car had become more popularized. And the difference is that in the first picture, there's just poop everywhere. and then the next picture, there's just like cars and no poop. And yeah, you would have horse payments. I mean, at that point in time, the cost of a car, I think the cost of a car was set to the cost of a horse, actually.
Wow.
She likes to have her neck scratched, not her face.
Ooh. Got one more one for you. Oh, enjoy. Beautiful. Love your marble eye.
See y'all later, Django. Thanks for stopping in. That would require two of my neighbors talking.
Can I scratch your ear? Ooh. Ooh. Save some for the dog. Sorry. Sorry you're all alone. Oh, here we go. You're a sweetheart. You are. You're an absolute sweetheart. I knew it. I knew you were just a little shy.
She's gorgeous. I could pet her for
Thank you
hours.
for letting us into your world. Why did I stop? Cutie.
You like the smell of the hay and the poop and the horses?
Cutie. Oh my, once we get going, you just don't want to stop, do you? Yeah, let me get over here.
Yeah. I know what you mean. My neighbors have 3 barns too. They could easily have 20 horses. Oh. And the dogs too are just sort of like, wow. You can tell they're just. Yeah, my neighbors, I think they're just a little, they're too old. It's a lot of work, and I think they tried to have fun on that farm for their kids, and their kids are all grown up. I love this scene when I'm walking away from them. Big dogs. My neighbors just always tell me that whenever their horse would get out, like, it's just a big dog. Yeah, Murray, whenever we go visit horse, he'll either once come up to see the horse. He'd bring a horse inside. I mean, some horses are that well trained. But yeah, Murray took off. The designated horse room. Yeah, it's called a barn. Oh, there he is. Murray. The one thing I'm thankful for with Murray and his dementia is we do have him trained that when he's confused, he does tracking and usually ends up at the back door.
There he is, not happy.
One day, hopefully. Oh, man, that dog just cracks me up. Weather here, it's sunny, cloudy, and in the 60s. You got a bird? Oh, sorry. Just out of it. Sore.
Stacy. Hey. Hey. Go eat poop.
It's like an hors d'oeuvre party out there with the poop sometimes. They love that deer poop. The birds out here in springtime are crazy. I've never even really noticed, like, been distracted by birds, but until I moved out here and I started to realize that just in around the farmhouse, there's probably 20 different varieties of bird. Blue jays, cardinals, sparrows, you name it, it's there. And we don't even really have road cleanup crews out here because the vultures will just come in and pick everything clean. We got hawks. I don't know if you can hear it sometimes in the videos. We have woodpeckers going crazy right through the winter even. The squirrels are fat and happy because they're eating all the avocados. Hilarious. Yeah, woodpeckers are crazy sounding. I mean, it's not really them. They're making the noise. They're not really creating the noise. Saphira, my little wolf. Mama. Mama is. I'm just so blown away by how perfect all these dogs. I mean, yeah, I've got little issues here and there, but behaviorally, they're all absolute sweethearts. Woodpeckers eat just about anything. Yeah, what's gardening in Finland like? But that's a quick season. What do you grow out there, Heike? Leeks and green onions are really easy to grow, but I think in Florida you have to watch out because sometimes it's too hot down there to grow like greens. I know even here, like we have three growing cycles, but in the middle of summer, like August, you can't, if you grow like spinach or any leafy green like that, it'll just die because the sun will kill it. Oh, leeks. Green onions might be able to get growing. I think leeks you have to start in the fall. Yeah, Finland would be great for greens. Hey, Granny, have you ever grown by the lunar cycle? I don't know if you were around for that. I was talking about that earlier. You grow salads? Awesome. What a good boy. Murray. After losing so many dogs the past year, it's nice to see, being relatively healthy. Other than Stacy right now with her chemo, but we're hoping that's in remission. Happy Lunar New Year. That's right. What a great excuse to go get some Chinese food. Are we in the year of the snake? The year of the snake. Chinese food's the best, man. Granny, you should got those emoticon game in check. Nice moves. Egg foo young? Oh yeah, egg foo young for sure. A classic dish. It's kind of like a patty. It's kind of like a omelet patty and gravy. Pretty darn good. My favorite though is I went on Christmas and got that. I got a Sichuan hot pot, but I really love. Is it Mugu Gai Pan? It comes with a little pancake, and you like make little burritos with it. Mushu. I love mushu pork, and I love lo mein, and I love crispy beef. General Chow's chicken, scallion pancake. Yeah, all that. We went to an all-you-can-eat sushi place that also included like the hot food too, and but it wasn't a buffet. They would actually make it for you, and they had a lot of Chinese stuff in there too. And man, it was freaking good. It's like $28. All the sushi you could wrangle and noodle dishes and stuff like that. Like they even had pad thai and stuff like, oh, crazy. I think that's my new go-to place, and the whole reason we went is it had almost perfect 5.0 ratings and like 1,000 reviews. Yeah, this was good though, because they would make it for you fresh, so it wasn't like a big tray of freaky sushi that's like cold. And like if you ordered a little pad thai, they just bring you like a little plate like that big with maybe like 6-7 bites of pad thai, and if you wanted more, you just order it. They also had okonomiyaki, those little squid balls, like little donut holes with squid, and fried rice was really good. Yeah, pad thai is fire, and not soba, but the Japanese noodles that are really thick. I got some of that. The beef. What's it called? Either way, amazing, so good. But yeah, just some good old Chinese food for Chinese New Year might be appropriate. I'm gonna have to bring that up. You know, a lot of times if you go into a Chinese restaurant, you could ask them for the native menu, and there's usually a totally different menu. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's food service. Like a lot of buffets are, you know, shipping just stuff in. It's like, I don't know if you ever did the dorms at college, but it's a pretty tough lesson, because at least in my dorm in college, that I had friends of mine were working in it and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, you're eating grade E service food," and it's like it comes in grades. Like there's cheapness, so it's like cheaper and more expensive food, and yeah, so grade E service food. So chances are a lot of these buffets are eating like grade B or C, if that's how the scale works. And yeah, it's just coming in bags, man, and they're just throwing it in the fryer for a little bit, if even that. But yeah, McDonald's is I just won't. I won't do it. I think the last time I was stuck in a McDonald's, I had an egg McMuffin, and it was fine. You know, that's about as close as I'm going to get to it. But their burgers are always a letdown. The fries are usually cold. And that's the only good thing there, and that's if they're hot. And they used to make like a little chicken wrap thing that was okay, but I think that's gone. Yeah, and it's totally not worth it. It's totally way too pricey. It's like You can go to a taco truck and spend the same amount of money and just get stuffed with fresh food. Yeah, McDonald's is garbage. I can't believe the people, like the lines at lunchtime. Like people just will spend, you know, a quarter of their lunch hour just waiting in line in their car to eat just garbage food that's just packed with crap to make you want to eat more of their garbage food. Whenever someone says you want to go to McDonald's, I always say no, I don't like Irish food. even though that's not really a fair assumption, but it's the only way I can explain, like, no, I'm not going to go eat that garbage. I actually was told that Burger King is better now, and about a month ago I went to Burger King and got a Whopper, and it wasn't that bad. It was okay. I don't know why I did it. I just did it because there's a Burger King right there, and it was okay. It was all right. It's versus McDonald's. It's light years better. Burger King, it just ain't that bad these days, and it happens where they go. God, look at that little guy. It happens where they just go through that. They go through these. Burger King always seems better, and then 5 years later, just get cheaper and cheaper and turn into garbage. Whoa. And I think they're on an upswing again. Like I remember in high school, so we're talking for me 30 years ago at this point, like a Burger King value meal, like a Whopper value meal was like $6, and you could go to like McDonald's and get the same equivalent for like $2.99 or something. But like Burger King, you actually like it actually fed you. And it was like big, and like the meat was different and it was good. My sister had a job at Burger King. She used to always steal free food for us. She hated working there.
Hello, girls. Oh, now I gotta break this carrot.
Oh, the salad in a cup? I think that was McDonald's. That was Mickey D's, I think. I mean, to tell you the truth, I personally think Hardee's is better than both of them. At least when you're tough for lunch. I remember in high school, like Michael Jordan, like the Bulls had won the third championship, so they had the Michael Jordan triple cheeseburger, and they would have those for like $1.99. I remember more than once like working my crappy high school job and like going and getting one of those. Like eating two of those triple cheeseburgers while I'm working in like a parking ramp in high school. Yeah, that was some peak living in my day. Working with absolute dirt balls, like old dirt balls who were just stealing money left and right from that place. Hand over fist. They were all working there for like years. Like dudes in their 30s working in a parking ramp in a hospital. Roosters for sale. I remember the times I was down in Florida hearing a lot of roosters. when I was staying down there. Florida vibes, indeed. I was definitely hearing them in Little Haiti in Miami. We get out of the bar after playing the club at Churchill's in Miami, and I remember hearing roosters quite a bit. It'd be like 4 in the morning. You'd literally have like a guy trying to sell you heroin, and then you'd be hearing roosters. It was really weird. Oh. Gotta get rid of that glitch. Are chickens illegal in your municipality, Granny, or you just don't have the space? Not allowed. Bummer. Mary wants to get chickens, or at least wanted to, and I was just like, okay, but the dogs are probably going to kill them. $10 a dozen. I thought eggs were going to be cheaper. That's why we elected our new president. Yeah, the avian flu. God, $10 a dozen for eggs. Imagine that. Used to be the cheap protein. You know what's crazy expensive is freaking olive oil. Olive oil is like $65 for a half gallon of olive oil. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, time to stock up on coffee too. Jesus, we're living like it's the 1940s. I wouldn't be surprised if they start pulling out ration books again. We have to have ration stamps for meat. And be like, oh, there's some modern living. Yeah, olive oil is insane right now. It's probably cheaper than avocado oil. Yeah, coffee. On top of on top of all the garbage with the tariffs right now, the whole all the coffee crops are in rough shape this year, like not good. They already had their own problems ahead of time. They were talking about spikes well before Trump even went into office. Oh, Florida without coffee? Good luck. Good luck, Florida. Yeah, chicken farms may be too automated. Exactly. Heike. Exactly. Yeah, if you can stock up on coffee, I recommend it.
Retreats from Mira. Oh, bear trap.
Good noise. What else to stock up on? I would say everything. Anything coming from Mexico, which is most produce. Honestly, anything coming from Colombia, which is also most produce. Bananas for sure. Coffee, chocolate, even probably. Yeah, I mean, you can't really do much with bananas. I would say anything that you can, any dry goods that you can think of at this point. You should probably stock up on food grade level C and above chicken nuggets. Mary was also telling me at work, because she does a lot of lab testing on, blood and samples, and there's some intense flu going around right now, and 2 variants of COVID that are insane, and just nobody's talking about it. I'll say hi to her for you, Granny. But yeah, she was here. Let me see what she had to tell me earlier. Okay, she says, also, I don't know why this is happening, but we have so many positive stool samples for Campylobacteria, which is happening. Ha 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 ha. Either grocery stores has something wrong, or people are all going to an infected water source. And then, yeah, there's some insane flu virus going around right now. Yeah, the flu this year is very bad. I recommend a flu shot if you can get it. And this poor guy's shaking his ears all the time. I keep trying to get him in, and they fired the vet at the sanctuary, or the vet quit, and so they're waiting for a replacement vet. Every day his ear, I'm cleaning just gobs of crap out of his ear. Because she was an emergency vet tech for 10 years. Now she's just a microbiologist working in the hospital labs. She switched over to humans. So she comes from both worlds. And she's got a lot to say, because I mean, like, one of the things is there was a car that was parked right near a bunch of propane tanks near her work for 3 days, and then after a while, with a weird smell coming out of it, and after a while, And yeah, Mary Does People Lab. She went to school and did a number of years, and now she's essentially a microbiologist. But yeah, near her work, there's this car parked right near a bunch of propane tanks, and because I think she works for HCA, and yeah, I'm pretty sure she's working for HCA or not HCA, one of those big lab companies, and it smelled like cat pee in this car. And then finally and it was just parked there for days, and it was literally 2 feet away from a ton of propane tanks that were in a parking structure. And finally Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco and Firearms or whatever came out, and sure enough, it was some weird like bomb situation where like that car was set and ready to detonate at a moment's notice and just blow up the entire parking structure. And like this is the type of stuff going on at her work, and this is also right near the airport. Yeah, this happened about the same time. Apparently this was in connection to whatever went down in New Orleans not too long ago with that guy like driving through the crowd. Apparently it was the same. They were connected in some way. But yeah, that whole thing never made it to the news because there's no explosion, and it's just one of those things where it makes you wonder what the stuff that they are catching, right? Yeah, and I mean, this is on a lab facility of all places, where just people are testing stool samples, and close enough to the airport. And she's working at like an Honeywell on the like her building shares the campus with the Honeywell. Honeywell's like corporate headquarters. Yeah, I mean, it's an ugly world we're living in, and when you have intolerant governments that aren't really taking care of its people, you get weird, messed up crap like this happening all the time. Yeah, yeah. It's funny too because like her and like some other people were like looking at the car and like trying to get a picture of its license plate, but it was backed up so close to the wall that you couldn't even get a camera behind it. They were like messing around like by the car because everyone's like, "What's up with this car?" It just didn't look right. To me yesterday, it's like, boy, it is weird that I'm this close to an airport. Nice. What kind of tea you making? See something, say something. That's correct. Peach and passion fruit. Ooh, that's my wife's favorite fruit. I actually found some at the Asian market a couple weeks ago, and she freaking lost it. She hasn't had a fresh passion fruit since she lived in Africa. Or a ripe passion fruit, I should say. Well, yeah, I'm always working, but I've been working every single day. Why? What's up? And it's also not slowing down. I'm getting more clients. I'm just tired in general too. Oh yeah, no, I've been my company, the thing that makes money, keeps my bills paid. I've been doing quite a lot. I've gotten more clients, and then yeah, just doing it all in the cold winter. So every day I've been heading out. I haven't been around here as much. And luckily I'm not like entangled back in the film business like I thought I would be. Yeah, it's all right. I just feel fortunate I don't have to be mega serious about anything. Like I see so many people that just struggle and are always just focusing and dwelling on making money. And I'm glad that I'm at a balance in my life where I don't have to grind. You know, I thought like I would be grinding my entire life when I was much younger. And perhaps it's privilege. I don't necessarily think so. I mean, I've definitely worked very hard, but and for all I know, I'm duping myself. I'm just waiting for my big final fatal flaw to screw me. I mean, well, isn't that everyone? I try to appreciate what I have too. I've always felt that way. I've always tried to appreciate it. I guess what I'm saying is like you just see so many people that are just so in the stuck in the actual grind. It's like it makes me wonder, like, do you have to be there, or are you just putting yourself there? I mean, it's like, are you trying to become some super rich person, or? And honestly, the thing that changed that over for me was when I just started selling junk online. It's because it just brought in a nice little side stream of income where I just didn't have to worry about, you know, super worry about too much. I just had to like take some pictures of crap and put it up on for sale. Jane Patrice. Hi, Canada in the house. Nice. I love Canada. I've traveled all over Canada. I love it. No, you don't have to be in the grind. Exactly. And thank you for coming in and saying hello. What city are you in, or if you don't mind answering? A Canadian saying you don't have to be in the grind is a very apt thing for a Canadian to say, in my opinion. Unless you're in the heart of Montreal or Toronto. I think that was the other thing too, is moving out. When I moved out of the Twin Cities, Toronto, yuck. When I moved out of the Twin Cities, I definitely got away from the grind. That place forces you to grind, but everything was so expensive back then. Used to be in the country. That's cool. I mean, I've been to Regina, Saskatoon, Winnipeg, Thunder Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, and yeah, but wow, Toronto's such a cool city, though. I mean, from a visitor's perspective, amazing. And I have a really good friend that moved from Toronto down to the Nashville area, and he absolutely loves not being in Toronto. But boy, does he miss Toronto, if that makes any sense. He used to tell me Toronto's just a bunch of trashy people who speak French. I was always just kind of blown away whenever he'd say that. It is a world-class city. I love it. Without a doubt, world-class. When I was 19, I placed at the Canadian Henley. I don't know if that means anything for a standard Canadian, but Jane, thanks for coming in and saying hi. Sorry for giving you we're going to be asking you like a dozen questions probably, but and amazing food. Don't forget Toronto's food. Toronto's food scene is off the hook. It's about as off the hook as rents are. Rent in Toronto, I've heard, is just astronomical. Yeah, no grind. Unless we're talking music, then please grind. We can grind coffee and spices. Murray makes you seasick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for Murray doing that to you. And wow, you know all the names. That's great. I'm honored to have a Canadian fan of the channel. Thank you so much. Murray is Murraying. I don't know if that's the breed or if that's his dementia doing that, but I've never seen a dog run like that. And he only does it when he's happy, and that can happen out of anywhere. In fact, here he is right at my feet being a sweetheart. There's Mama and little Bernie on the couch. Oop, I don't know, but oh, why is this? Sorry. There's Saphira. Someone pooped right near the little zebra. That looks like a Bernie poop. And Stacy's probably hiding behind that pillow there. She likes to really tuck in. Yeah, he's definitely a kangaroo. And if anybody's ever seen a dog walk like that, oh, here she is. There's Stace. If you've ever seen a dog walk like that, by all means, let me know. Or if that's just a breed thing. But boy, is that just make my heart leap every time I see it. Jane Patrice is also a very Canadian name. I will say that too. Are you an expert on 80s Canadian television? There used to be a show on at 1 a.m. about 20 years ago. Well, I mean, I think it was from like the 80s, but they used to play reruns of it, and it was called Night Heat. And it was like a Canadian cop show that was trying to be really gritty, and they wouldn't say the city. They'd always just call it Metro City. And that show was one of the worst shows I've ever seen on television, but I couldn't stop watching it. It was amazing. The theme song, kinda Night Heat. So I'm sorry, it was so bad, but I just couldn't stop. Oh, but one of my favorite shows is Canadian. It's a show called Lex, Lexx. That show was truly something special. Every now and then I force myself to watch a couple episodes of it. And Lex, wowzers. You remember Night Heat? Dude, that show, that song, looking for a night. Oh man, I almost wanna punch it up. Yes. Hopefully the YouTube doesn't censor this. Can you guys hear that? Can you hear it? No? Oh, you can't hear that? It's amazing how YouTube's somehow able to freaking do that. In the heat of the night. Heat. Oh man. Gosh, these dudes. And they kept trying to paint it like it was, oh, sorry. YouTube's able to somehow find copyright content immediately and during live streams. Filmed in Toronto, but set in the U.S. Yep, and they called the city Metro City. That's all they'd say, Metro City, and they were definitely trying to appeal to an American audience, and it was freaking hilarious. And these two guys, like there's the young cop who played by his own set of rules up here. I don't know if you can see my little squiggly. And then there's the older, more well-meaning cop who's just kind of just jaded. And they were always like thinking they were changing the system and doing the right thing. Yeah, I mean, dude, this show. Boy, they must have sold the rights to that show for like 5 cents, because they would just play it on late night television all the time. And then Lex, this show legitimately has my heart. I loved this show. This is one of my favorite sci-fi television shows ever. And Lex was a big ship that was alive. It was a bug, and it was 10 kilometers long, and it was alive, and it could like destroy entire. It was meant to. It would destroy a and then eat it, and that's how it fueled itself. And it's funny too, because one of the guys on Lex, this dude on the right, you would see every now and then pop up on Trailer Park Boys. And Jim Leahy would show up on Lex too. You'd see Jim Leahy every now and then show up there. Dunbar Leahy. I don't know if you guys have done your Trailer Park Boys. And then there's also Letterkenny. So yeah, just a lot of freaking amazing Canadian television that I love. But yeah, Lex, what a great show that was. It's a bummer too, because they were going to redo it, and then the guy, I think, who created it ended up dying. Lex, the weirdest sci-fi show I've ever seen. It is so weird. It is literally the weirdest thing ever.
Vier Rebellen, aus den verschiedensten Gründen zum Tode verurteilt.
Oh, German. Yeah, Lex was really big.
Sie entkommen den Fängen des übermächtigen, gottähnlichen Imperators, his Shadow.
The Lex trailer in German. Yeah, all these people that are reviewing it, the most insane TV sci-fi show I've ever seen. Oh wow, here's just season 1, episode 1, right on freaking line. Here, if you guys want to watch the first episode, from what I remember, like, it really didn't go crazy until like season 2, because basically the entire first season they're trying to get off of this insane planet that's just that's run by this guy named the Divine Shadow, and literally they just take any life form and just grind it into this pulp to feed something. And it's just wild. And then they get to a point where they ended up stealing the Lex. The Lex is this thing that's grown. It's an organic vessel. And they end up stealing the Lex and then destroying the Divine Shadow. Sorry, Jane Patrice. Have you never seen Lex? Oh my Lord, it was such a good show. Barry Bostwick's in the first season too, so that you have there's a little bit of star power there. Now in DVD and Prime Video. Oh, okay, that's great. It so many people let that one slide under. There's only 4 seasons, and they get. The best part is I loved about it is they stumble upon Earth. Like there's no reference to Earth at any point until like the almost end of the show, the whole series. And oh, Pinky, you'll love this. At one point, I think they destroy Orlando. Lex was low on fuel, and they're like, just destroy it and we'll eat it. Like they just wanted to destroy Earth and eat it and move on. And I think Lex was low on power and ended up just destroying Orlando. Yeah, Lex destroys Orlando at one point. I'm pretty sure it was Orlando. Yeah, I mean, if you like get through season 1, and then by the time you're in season 2, when it's just like this crew of weirdos that of 3 people on this enormous ship, and they're just kind of like out exploring and trying, like, honestly, there are entire episodes where the woman just wants to get laid. Like she's just like, let's go to this planet. And they're like, no, we should just keep going. She's like, no, I need to get laid. And it's like, that's the premise for the entire like episode. They go to some weird like casino planet to get laid. Yeah. The other thing is that's been going on online in the realm of old worn out sci-fi is I don't know if you recognize that, but the BBC put up an official Doctor Who Classics channel with full episodes, and every day they're putting up a new episode or a new series. So it's like 4 or 5 episodes, and I'm not sure if anybody's a fan of that, but there's a link to that channel, and that's been blowing me and Mary's mind. I grew up, I mean, when I was like 5, one of the only television I was allowed to watch was that. Yeah, it was on PBS, like right after Benny Hill. You'd watch Doctor Who, and man, there's been some amazing episodes of Doctor Who. So, just any of you sci-fi nerds out there, if you're into that old stuff. Yeah, me too. I mean, even back then when I was really young, it was pretty funny how bad the special effects were. But yeah, a lot of that early Doctor Who is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's Shakespeare in the Park on acid. That's how I look at it. Woo! So I think I'm almost done here. This poor guy. I hope I can get him in for his ear to fix. Oh, the Cajun cooking kind. That was Justin Wilson. Justin Wilson. He was from. He's actually from Nebraska. I know a little too much about that guy because he had some weird connection to Tennessee, and one of my friends knew him. An old friend of mine knew him. But yeah, his whole Cajun shtick was fake, I think. Because dude was from Nebraska. Kind of like the guarantee Justin Wilson. Well, then. Wow. Bernie brings such chaos. Guess I never fully realized it. Yeah, but Justin Wilson, though, I don't know if you heard me. He is from Nebraska. That dude grew up in Nebraska. He's no Cajun. He's no Cajun, but I think he moved to Tennessee. And like a friend of mine had a book, one of his cookbooks, and it was autographed and it was like personalized to him, and it was like a really personal note. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it's like that. It's like the Native American dude in the '70s, the crying Indian or whatever, and he was freaking like Italian. It's casting. At a certain point, it's just all casting. Gosh, for all I know, he was probably involved in the Grand Ole Opry. Looks like he had some albums. Oh, online they're saying he was born in Roseland, Louisiana, though. So I stand corrected. Maybe he grew up in Nebraska. Oh, Wilson was a segregationist, speaking at least twice in the National Leadership Conference of Citizens Council. Okay. Married 4 times. His 3rd wife died, and the other 3 marriages ended in divorce. And then he ended up living the end of his life in Mississippi. Oof. Justin, you're a piece of shit. Oh, and he did comedy albums. Okay, so that would be his connection to Nashville. Back then, you weren't putting out folksy comedy albums without ending up in Nashville. He was a Cajun. I misread that. I remember. I think my friend even told me like he thought he grew up in Nebraska. But no, he was born in Louisiana in Tangipahoa Parish. Oh, and he was a rich kid too. His dad was the Louisiana Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry. Oh well, I think I remember like a bag of there's like Ruffles. Ruffles did about like some Justin Wilson flavor potato chip or something. How y'all are? Cajun seafood, lower salt blend. And there he is. There he is saying, "I'm a segregationist. I think people should just live on the right side of the tracks." I wonder if these are his kids on like race cars. Justin Wilson dies. Oh, a piece of debris hits him in the head and he dies. Oh, it's a British Justin Wilson. Okay. Jeez. But yeah, this guy used to have a show on PBS and he was all folksy and would make gumbo and talk all weird.
How y'all are? I'm glad for you to see me. I guarantee we're going to make a chili jambalaya a la Justin, au Justin, whatever way you want to be correct about it. First, we're going to fix this chili jambalaya. We want to get it going and have fun doing it. I have here
Wow, he's looking pretty wore out here.
And on the floor by the side of his chair lay a great big Louisiana Catahoula hound dog. And I want to tell you something. They born mean. You got to taught them how to be good.
Catahoulas are not born
And
mean.
a fella come walking in there, and old Gordon shook in hand with all his constitution.
Two fat ladies? Yeah, they made it on
Fella come
PBS.
walking in and say, "Hi, Sheriff. How you are, Sheriff?"
And they have the Two Fat Ladies have episodes on TV on YouTube, and that is one of the best cooking shows I've ever seen in my life. Two Fat Ladies. I mean, that stuff was crazy. Yeah, the complete series.
Grab that crab, Larissa. Eat that meat, Jennifer. Why doesn't that feather look pleasant? Fasten your taste buds for gastronomy.
And yeah, Catahoula. If you go back, Jane Patrice on the channel about a year plus, we have one of the main reasons I started this channel was my Catahoula was dying, and I think I even have her last walk on the channel. And I can say from experience of raising one for 13 years that they are not mean. And Justin Wilson's an idiot. They're absolute sweethearts. They're devious and they're very intelligent and they'll get their way, but they aren't mean. All that tells me is that Justin Wilson was a bastard and his dogs hated him.
Fat ladies are itching to get into your kitchen. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Clarissa Dixon Wright and Jennifer Patterson.
Look, Jennifer, there's Mevagissett. It's charming. I do love this part of Cornwall. The restaurant's in a perfect position, on the quay, practically in the water. Well, we'll make some glorious fish dishes with the sea right on our doorstep.
Let me ask you, can you hear that? Does the audio come through on that? No. Catahoulas are absolute sweethearts. They're absolute sweethearts. Okay. Well, this is Two Fat Ladies.
How about their nets?
They smoke cigarettes and they drink, and then like they just travel around and cook for people, and they roll around in a motorcycle with a sidecar. And
Isn't it? Like weaving gossamer, isn't it?
And you can tell that the one with black hair used to party really, really hard. You can just tell that she partied so hard. And like and then when you hear the story of the other lady, she was an insane drunk too. So it's just these two drunk British women just making the craziest British food ever. And like they'll go and like make food for a bunch of monks and stuff. But yeah,
Cocktails from Brazil. For the ambassador's party guests. As if I can do this in my rather forgotten Portuguese. I'm afraid the only word I know is caipirinha. Caipirinha, those lethal cocktails from Brazil. That's right, just the thing for our canapes. I hope someone here knows how to make them. But the
a gravy biscuit thing? You mean chicken and dumplings? Or are you talking about just sausage gravy with biscuits? The gravy biscuit thing that's British. Oh, pud. Oh, Yorkshire pud. Yeah, Yorkshire pud. Yeah, it's called Yorkshire pudding. It's awesome. They're so easy to make too. Like if you can make pancakes, you can make Yorkshire pudding. They're actually easier than pancakes, in my opinion. It's kind of a dumpling. She's talking about Yorkshire pudding. Gravy's good. Well, right on. I appreciate it. And Jane Patrice, thanks for coming on. I'm probably going to end this now. We're at over 2 hours on this stream. And I got to get on to some other things, and I got to get the dogs out for their afternoon walk. It was great seeing everyone and it was great meeting new friends. And my love to Canada, my love to Finland, my love to Pennsylvania and Florida. And it was great seeing you all. Always appreciate it, and we always love seeing you. And I'll try to do these more often now that the weather's warming up. Pennsyltucky. See you next time, Jane. We appreciate you, Granny, and thanks a lot.